Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, January 18, 2024. The Domestic Violence Amendment Act 2023 will take effect next Monday, January 22. The provisions offer greater protection to victims of the crime. Giving a statement in Parliament on Tuesday, Minister of Gender Olivia Grange said approval of the law reflected a commitment to preventing and punishing acts of domestic violence.
Domestic abuse is not inevitable. It doesn't have to happen. There is no excuse for abuse. And we can end the abuse. The amendment of our legislation is part of our effort to end the abuse.
The amendments will allow the courts to issue protection orders and impose a penalty of up to $1 million or a sentence of up to 1 year in prison for breaching a protection order. The new law will also increase the categories of persons who can make an application for a protection order. They include the spouse or parent of an individual needing the protection. The children advocate will also be able to apply for a protection order in cases where the alleged conduct is threatened against the child. Additionally, the amended legislation will allow the minister responsible for gender affairs flexibility in amending monetary penalties.
Let the word go out from here that we are serious about dealing with domestic abuse. A new day has come for protecting victims and increasing the punishment for perpetrators of domestic abuse.
In the meantime, the gender minister is appealing to victims of domestic violence to make use of assistance being offered by the government.
I take this opportunity to urge the woman or man listening to me and feels trapped in a violent relationship. My sister, my brother, there is hope. Your life can change. It doesn't have to be the way it is. In the last few years, we have significantly improved our support program for people facing domestic violence through my ministry and through the Ministry of National Security.
During her statement to Parliament on Tuesday, Minister Olivia Grange indicated that this assistance included 2 shelters that had been opened by the government, with a third on the way. She added that more staff was available to offer psychosocial support and counseling through the National Gender-Based Violence Helpline. The main number to call or text is 876-553-0372. In addition, there is a line dedicated to women, 876-236-1713, and one for men, 876-553-0387. In other news, September 2025 is the deadline set for the completion of the Portmore Resilience Park in St. Catherine. Construction is scheduled to begin on February 5 by Pavecon Limited. Prime Minister Andrew Holness signed the contract and participated in a symbolic tree planting ceremony on Wednesday for the build-out of the 26-acre property into a multifaceted recreational and wellness park. 18.5 acres will be reserved for the park, 4.5 for a transportation hub, and 2.75 acres for commercial spaces. The 4.4 billion Jamaican dollar investment is solely funded by the government of Jamaica and is being managed by the Urban Development Corporation, UDC.
This park will have soft and hard landscapes, meaning that some areas will be grassed and some areas will have other materials for surface. It will have sporting facilities. It will have event spaces. When we say event spaces, possibly an amphitheater or other such arrangements.
The park, which will be free to the public, will also have a jogging trail and adequate parking. As for the designated transportation hub, the Prime Minister warns that this area must not be mistaken or misused as a transport center.
We don't want people stopping off in the road in order to get to the park or coming from the park, crossing the road to get to transportation. Let's do it orderly. Let's plan for it. Let's manage it. So there will be a transportation hub there. And it will be designed in such a way that it does not take away from the aesthetic of the park. Because we know what happens in our transportation hubs. It will not happen in this park.
It is projected that the construction phase of the Portmore Resilience Park will create 600 direct and indirect jobs. After its opening next year, 100 jobs will become available. Approximately 200,000 residents of Portmore and neighboring parishes are expected to benefit from the park. Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Semuda, is seeking to allay fears of an almost month-long disruption in water resulting from work being done to the Bybrook facility in St. Catherine. The National Water Commission is conducting rehabilitation work on the Bybrook No. 4 water facility from January 16 to February 6 to improve supply to residents. In a video posted to social media yesterday, Minister Semuda acknowledged that there was risk of disruptions during the period, but said the necessary precautions were being taken to minimize the potential impact on affected communities.
I want to assure the public that they will not be without water for 3.5 weeks, and we are monitoring the situations related to many legacy issues and indeed current maintenance issues very carefully. Where there are disruptions, they can be assured that the National Water Commission and indeed the Ministry of Local Government will facilitate significant trucking if necessary.
The minister adds that the Hermitage and Mona dams are at 100% capacity and therefore able to supplement the supply all the way to 6 miles, covering sections of St. Andrew and Kingston. To residents in sections of St. Catherine, he says the NWC started using 3 wells that were previously rested to ensure that the disruptions stay at a minimum or none at all. And finally, taxpayers are being encouraged to begin preparations for filing their income tax returns, which is due in 8 weeks' time. The annual income tax due date is March 15. Persons must file their annual income tax returns for 2023 and declare their estimated income and tax payable for the year 2024 online, as mandated by Tax Administration Jamaica. The TAJ says all returns must be filed by all companies, organizations, self-employed and employed persons with other sources of income as required by law. Filings must be done using the administration's online tax portal at jamaicatax.gov.jm. Taxpayers are encouraged to file and pay early to avoid last-minute rush. During the income tax season, the TAJ says it will again provide assistance and related information via virtual sessions, telephone calls, and web messages, in addition to online tutorials and an appointment system at select locations. Beginning February 5, customized support will be available to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises through the TAJ's annual Special Taxpayer Assistance Program. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.